Good morning, Minecraft, and welcome back to the Wolf Den. This is your host, One Wolf. Hey guys, how's it going? Check out my mountain with its giant cave. Woohoo! Burning skeleton in the distance. Okay, so to start off, I wanted to remind you guys that this hole in the ground here is not the primary source of my living quarters. Not at all. What it is a resource gathering area. That's all it is. I intend to. Whoops, let me jump up here if I can. Get up on top of this hill. What I intend to do is take this forest over here and turn it into a city of some kind. Probably somewhat medieval. Not entirely medieval, but not entirely modern either. Probably start with a small village and then just kind of expand it. And eventually put a castle probably right here on this spot. Not sure. But that's where I'm going with this world, is I want to build a city out of this forest. But for right now, this hole is just a workspace, a resource gathering area. It's not meant to be pretty. It's not meant to be looked at. It's just where I'm getting all of my materials from. And in the Archspore world, where I had built a whole bunch of really cool buildings and stuff, this is the part that you guys missed. I spent at least a month preparing my resources, building mob traps, reed farms, tree farms, all kinds of stuff. All of that was done off camera or before I even knew how to record anything in the first place. So this time, since I'm starting a new world, I'm going to show you guys all the work as the work gets done. And here's a nice little ravine down here in the dark. Probably can't see any of it. Last time I was down here and I looked at the recording, it was so dark you couldn't see anything. Some monsters were over here, had some fights, some fun. Okay, so where I'm going is down here, and this is where I'm gonna make my main mining area. I'm going to go ahead and expand this room out a bit and turn it into a work area, and then I'm going to start I believe branch mining down here. Now I'm going to dig out as much of this cobblestone as I possibly can, collect as much iron as I can, and if I find any other resources along the way, great, I'll be happy. But I'm primarily looking for a lot of cobble and a lot of iron, and I'm probably going to need a lot of coal too. As you can see, there's something blue in the wall. I'm guessing that's the lapis. Like I said, I'm still not used to this texture pack. It's all new to me. Yeah, I'm guessing those are lapis. Probably not diamonds. So I'm going to go ahead and expand this room and probably start a branching system, and I will get back to you guys in a little bit. Something else I need to do is set up a set up a workstation with some chests and some furnaces and a whole bunch of converting the materials into something useful and then having a place to store them. So I will be right back once that's finished. Okay, I'm back. I've got a little bit of a workstation set up. I've got a workbench, a couple of boxes. Probably going to need a lot more boxes to store everything that I'm going to bring out, like all the cobble. I'm going to probably need 5 or 6 boxes just for cobblestone. I think I overdid it on the furnaces for now. I don't need that many, but once I start collecting sand and baking glass or even baking clean stone, So I'm going to need a whole bunch of furnaces for all that. But for now, this is just a basic start. I've got some iron cooking here, and I've got some gold in this other one. But what I wanted to show you guys was, here's the start to my, this is going to be my main access tunnel for my branch mining. But something else, I mean, I really enjoy this kind of mining because for me, just digging and digging and digging is relaxing. I mean, I know a lot of you guys find it really, really boring, but I enjoy it. I like just digging sometimes. But one of my other favorite things to do is, I guess, called lava mining. I know a lot of people are afraid of lava pools and really hate them, but this is something that I enjoy, actually. Just, I come down here and I dig a large room basically around the lava pits. And I did that in my Archspore world. And my mine down there, I call it Lava Land because there's these huge rooms that I dug out around all these lava pools. You don't find like as many resources as you would with, say, cave mining, but I do this just basically to expose the lava. Mostly just to expose the lava, really. The nice thing about this is that you don't need to provide any light. The area is already lit up, so you can kind of save yourself on torches. And I think it's a pretty cool, interesting way to create large rooms. And if you want to build like a roller coaster, this is always the fun way to do it. Just open up the lava, have your roller coaster run through it or around it, and it could be kind of fun and interesting. I'm probably not going to build any roller coasters in this one. I'm trying to build a kind of a village. So I need resources like gravel. I'm not sure if I'm going to use gravel on my roads or not. That's something I'll decide when I get there. Could probably use that torch trick here. Torch down, put a torch down there, and just dig it out. And I lost some of the gravel, but not worried about it. You can usually find large quantities of gravel down here. A lot of times I like building a village around, or building a town around an NPC village, but this time I'm going to start like from scratch, I guess, and go with kind of my own style of things. I'm not going to say it's 100% my style. I'd like to use some of the techniques that I've picked up from other builders and see what I can come up with. But for now, I'm just gathering as many resources as I can. I'm going to need as much iron and cobble and wood, stone, gravel, all of this. I'm going to need all of it. So I'm going to finish this this mining around this lava pit, and I will get back to you guys in a little bit. So don't go anywhere. Okay, so I was digging up the floor to fill it in with some cobble and kind of make it look a little nicer down here. And look what I found! right underneath my own mine, there was a couple of diamonds. Yay! I found 10 more diamonds while I was mining around that lava pool. So now I have 12, I think. And I think I found some other diamonds while I was digging out the tunnel here. So that's 14 altogether. Yay! Found some diamonds. So I'm going to get back to digging out the lava area, and I'll be back in a bit. Alright, looks like the area around the lava is dug out fairly well. It looks like it was a fairly decent sized lava pool. Not tremendously huge, but fairly big. Found some nice materials around here. Let's see. Got a bunch of coal, some iron, some gold. I even got it snuck up behind by a slime. So that was kind of cool. And I didn't need to hardly light any of it at all, which is pretty cool. So I'm going to take this all back to my storage here, and I'm going to continue digging the access passage for my. Oops, didn't mean to do that. The access tunnel for, what is it, my branch mine? Yeah, that's what it is. Let's see if we can start cooking some of this gold and the iron to get it processed. And then here's a box I have just for my cobblestone. I usually have 4 or 5 boxes with just cobblestone in them. Could probably widen it a little more, I don't know, but I will be digging this some more, and then I'll be starting some branches after that. So probably go like, I'm thinking I should go 3, save myself a little time. So I'll cut 1, 2, 3, cut a branch here, 1, 2, 3, and a branch there. And then I'll do it on the other side too. 1, 2, 3, branch, 1, 2, 3. Yeah. So that's where my branches are going to go once I start digging them out. So, okay, I'm going to skip ahead and be right back. Okay, I'm back, and I've got this workstation set up. I've got an access tunnel. It's 100 blocks long, and at the other end is another smaller workstation that I've got set up. So what I'm going to start doing now is I'm going to start digging out the branches for my branch mine. I could minimize it by simply digging it too high. You can fit too high, no problem. But I don't like feeling claustrophobic as much, so I like to dig it pretty high. It's just a personal preference, that's it. Now, I probably need to only cut a 20 block slice each time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And that's 20 blocks right there. And I'll go one more. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to dig an auxiliary access tunnel right here. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, and this will be where my next slice goes. And I'll put a light at the end of that. that's how I do my branch mining. I create like a major access road. I'm probably going to put some railroad tracks down, and then on the alternate side I put in another access tunnel, smaller, and I generally light it up. A lot of times I get, like, I fall asleep while I'm digging. It's, really relaxing for me to do this. So sometimes my mind shuts down and I stop thinking about what I'm doing and where I'm going and what I'm doing. So having a like a marker, something that says, "Hey, this is where you are." So that's what the second access is for. It's so I don't actually have to count, not too much. I do have to count over 3 every time. But there's a couple of access tunnels right there, or there's a couple of slices right there. I got some coal out of it. There's some redstone over there. I don't really need redstone right now. I probably will in the future. So for now, I'm just going to leave it where it is. I tend to only dig up the redstone that I actually need, or that's actually in the way. Excuse me. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I got to start digging in the gravel here. I'm gonna put a torch up there. 1, 2, 3, 4. So there's where the next tunnel will go, and there's some iron. So in an earlier episode, I was digging out some of the living space up above, and I mentioned that there's a point in there's a point in which I actually start using iron tools primarily. This is about that point. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. When I start collecting more iron than I'm actually using, 2, 3, 4. So if the return on investment is a word I like to use for describing what I'm talking about. I'm acquiring more iron than what I'm using to get the iron. For a long time, I used to just use stone tools because you get way more, or you get a lot more stone than what it takes to actually acquire the stone. I guess. I don't know if I'm explaining this right, but 1, 2, 3, 4. So what I'm trying to say is, if it takes 3 iron and some coal to make a pickaxe, if I use up that pickaxe and I don't get enough iron to make another pickaxe, then it's not worth using the iron tools. But oops, I don't know why I did that. But see, I created this whole chunk of tools. That's 12 tools and 36 iron to make 12 tools. 1, 2, 3, 4. So if I'm not getting like twice as much iron out of it than what I put into it, I don't think it's worth actually using the iron tools if I can't get out of it what I, more than what I put into it. So there's no profit. I don't know if you guys understand what I'm saying, but that's how I think about it. Is I say, okay, I'm spending, a stack of iron to make all these tools. If I don't get, 2 stacks back, then I shouldn't be using the iron. I should be using something cheaper. But then again, there's also time. You need to factor time into it. And, I'm recording, so I can't spend, an hour digging a couple of slices or a couple of branches while I'm recording. So I have to factor that in. So this video is getting to be extra long, and I think I'm going to end it here. This is One Wolf playing Wolf Den. You guys have been awesome. Thanks for watching. Have a good night.